Now, do you know that this iPhone I am holding is at the center of a controversy? Now, the Democratic Republic of Congo might be taking the giant tech company Apple to court. Now, this is the reason why. They are alleging that Apple is extracting minerals from its country illegally. Now, these minerals are used in production of iPhones and Mac computers. They are also referred to as blood minerals. That's because thousands, or rather, Congolese are dying on a daily basis while extracting these minerals. Now, this is a serious issue, right? But the question I would like us to explore in this episode is this: is the Congolese government really concerned about its people, or are they more worried about the profit they might be losing? Let's explore the matter. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So, yes, Apple might be going to court. Now, before we explore the matter in details, right? The exploitation, the illegal extractions of minerals, let's talk about the Democratic Republic of Congo, where it's located, and also some of the resources that it has. Now, the DRC, which is what I'm going to be referring to the country as, is located in Central Africa, and it is filled with an abundance of natural resources, which have been both a blessing and a curse. Now, a blessing because Congo is actually one of the richest countries in the world in terms of natural resources. And the curse, though, the curse is that there has been a series of war and the loss of lives regarding these resources and how it's being extracted. Now, the minerals are often referred to as blood minerals, as I shared with you in my introduction, because people are losing their lives while extracting the minerals. They are also called conflict minerals as well. And that's because sometimes when these minerals are bought, sometimes companies will buy them from a rebel group, right? And then the rebels will use this money to fund the war within the area where these resources are being extracted from. So it's a lot more deeper than we think. Now, Congo has abundance of resources, but when you think about electric cars, when you think about iPhones, when you think about Mac computers, when you think about anything electronic, right, there are several minerals that are used in order for these things to be produced. And some of these minerals are cobalt, which is used in electric cars, gold, which is used with our iPhones, titanium, tungsten, and also something called tin. The minerals that are in question in today's controversy are called the 3 T's and G, right? So it's called 3TG, and they are titanium, tungsten, tin, and gold. So do you know that the natural resources in the DRC are worth 3 trillion? But surprisingly enough, the Democratic Republic of Congo is among the poorest countries in the world. Now, in order for the government to really hold Apple accountable for what's currently happening in the eastern part of the country, right? On April 22nd of this year, a group of international lawyers working with the DRC government shared their concerns about the illegal extraction, right? They wrote a letter to Apple's CEO, whose name is Tim Cook, and the letter says that Apple is extracting these minerals illegally, and the DRC government wants to know the history of how these minerals are being extracted from. The letter also stated that Apple would go to DRC, right, extract these minerals by using its own people, right? And then they would transport it to Rwanda, which is a neighboring country. And then from Rwanda, they would then distribute the product worldwide, or the minerals worldwide. So that is an issue because, again, countless people or Congolese are dying from either, having their body parts being cut off, or child labor, women being subject to inhumane situation that goes on that I can't even say on this video. So it is indeed a serious conversation. And yes, if Apple is found liable, there might be some serious consequences there. Now, although Apple is stating that they are taking care of their supply chain and they are making sure that they're getting these minerals from the legal part of town, they're just kind of crossing their T's and dotting their I's and telling the government they're doing things as it's supposed to be. Now, but the DRC government is not backing down. They are making sure that Apple provides evidence of how these minerals are extracted. So they really want to see the paperwork, and they also want to see the history of these minerals. So in our eyes, right, it looks as though that the government is really interested in the people's safety and also making sure that there's no misuse of its own natural resources. And that's why I begin with a question, right? Is it really about the people, or is it about the profit that the government might be losing, or the profit the government is losing, right? So I want to tell you a quick story, a very quick story. About 4 years ago, 14 parents from the DRC took 5 of the biggest tech companies to court. So that is Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Dell, and one more which I can't think of right now. But everyone went to court because these parents were alleging that their children has suffered from working in the mines, right? In the mines where all of these natural resources were being produced. Excuse me. But do you know that that case was dismissed because the lawyer, or the judge rather, stated that the issue has a lot to do with the government not regulating the laws in the country to keep these companies at bay, right? So again, if we look at it from the standpoint of Apple, right, we only wonder, right, if this is really an issue of humanitarian abuse, right? Then the government of the DRC would be making laws to really protect its people first before trying to take Apple to court. Now, here's a quick example I'll give you. As a parent, right, nobody can come into your home and tell you how to raise your kids or what to do with your children. If you have that situation being done to you, then you're not doing your job as a parent. So a government, to me, is a parent of the people, right? That's how I see it, right? They protect the people, they provide the resources they need, they give them the opportunity they need to excel. But if someone else is coming from outside of the country to extract minerals right underneath your nose, then as a government, maybe your policies aren't strong enough, right? So that's where I am leaving this matter. But I want to open it up to the people of Congo. Do you think this issue is really about your people, or is it about the profit the government might or is losing? So please share your thoughts below. Thank you all for joining us today, and we'll see you again next time.